Part 29. Hinata JoJo's Bizarre Konoha Adventure. Author, Chaos Theory. Chapter 284. Take the move. Hinata Hikaru was the first to launch the attack. He kicked off his feet and was in front of Hayagami's Y in an instant. Killing intent wave rock strike. With one punch, the red aura suddenly rose. You can't go head to head. This is Hinata's idea. Not only because Hinata's killing intent is very strong, but more importantly, on the battlefield where ninjutsu and ninja tools are flying around, if you just try to be cool and try to force the hard steel away, you will die. Soft fist is very powerful, but what about others attacking from a distance? A set of Bagwazang can defeat ninjutsu, but 2 ninjutsu? What about the 3 ninjutsu? What about the overwhelming ninjutsu? Hayagashwe learned to think on the battlefield, and flexible dodge. Easily dodging Hinata Hikaru's forward punch, he spun around on the soles of his feet, moved around, came to Hinata Hikaru's side, and struck out with a palm. The chakra cyclone emerged, and it was the soft fist technique of the Hyaga clan. Snapped. Hinata Hikaru raised his other palm and blocked Hinata Hikaru's attack. Chakra cyclones collided 2 by 2, cancelling each other out and becoming invisible. Hinata took a few steps back and regained his posture. In the first round, no one took advantage. Ga. Xiao Shuizi, you have become a lot smarter. I thought you were always a reckless man, Ri Guang said with a smile. You are so reckless. You are the most reckless person. Hyaga Shui immediately retorted loudly. If you don't use good soft fists, why should you use hard fists? This is not Hinata at all. Snort. Quack. The leader of this religion will show you what true recklessness is. Hinata's light chakra expanded, and the terrifying aura surged towards Hinata's water. Hinata Shui's heart condensed, and he thought to himself, Hinata Hikaru's chakra aura was n times stronger than when she fought with him half a year ago. Is this really a monster? It's actually possible to grow to such an extent in such a short period of time. While Hinata Shui was surprised, Hinata Light laughed strangely and flew forward. The little body suddenly jumped up and slapped it down with one claw. Killing intention fluctuation palm pressure. Boom. The wave of murderous intent suddenly erupted. This attack was not a simple point, but a full-range attack. Hinata Shui only felt that he was enveloped by an extremely terrifying aura. It is good. Hinata Shui shouted and clapped his right palm. Bagwa empty palm. Bagwa Kongjang is a unique skill from the Hyaga clan. By emitting high-speed chakra blocks to hit the enemy, the rate of fire can even be compared to bullets. Boom. The chakra blocks exploded, red aura and blue aura suddenly spread and overflowed, and the air was dyed with magnificent colors. Alas! Hinata Hikaru flew to the ground, obviously surprised by Hinata Water's technique. Her sea-level taijutsu actually couldn't defeat Hinata Shui's Bagwa Kongjang. You know, this blow can break the steel plate without any problem. In other words, Hyaga water has become stronger. No, the exact opposite is true. The power of Bagwa Kongjang can be determined based on the amount of chakra output. When Hinata was slapped on the head with a palm, Hinata was so frightened that she almost used all her strength to release the Bagwa Kong palm. Look. Hinata's legs are still trembling. This is so. Does this little psycho want to kill himself? Hinata's back was soaked with cold sweat. Of course, despite being scared, Hinata's face still showed a look of disdain. Hyaga, is this all? Yes, Hinata Shui, you have indeed become stronger. I just used 7 points of my power, but it seems I still underestimated you. Next, I will use 10 points of my power. Damn it! Hinata Shui trembled inwardly, blaming himself for talking too much. However, if you pretend to be B, you have to keep pretending with tears in your eyes. Therefore, Hinata Shui burst out laughing, very much like Director Jin. Ahahaha, come on, Hinata Hikaru, it's only percent of your strength, I don't take it seriously at all. Then, the next moment, Hinata Hikari smiled, and his aura changed again. In Byakugan's vision, Hinata's chakra was extremely active. Hyuga Shui just wanted to say one thing, Hinata's chakra was so terrifying. The next moment, Hinata's figure flashed and instantly turned into an after-image. When he appeared in front of Hinata Mizui, he clapped both palms together. It took 10% of my efforts. Killing intention fluctuation collapsing palm. Back to the days. The moment a vortex appeared in the air, Hyuga Shui used the most powerful Hyuga clan secret technique, Bagua Zankaishin. Boom. The red vortex collided with the high-speed rotating chakra top, and a violent explosion occurred. Return to heaven, the secret knowledge of the Hyuga clan. It relies on releasing chakra from various acupuncture points around the body, coupled with high-speed rotation to defend or knock down the enemy. Depending on the strength of the caster, the effects obtained are also different. Hyuga water, with itself as the center, creates a circle with a radius of 1 meter. And if it is released by a master like Hinata Yoshida, it can reach an astonishing radius of more than 10 meters. Of course, the intensity will also increase exponentially. So, Hyuga Sui, who could barely be called a beginner before Kaishin Kung Fu could reach home, exploded. Ah! Hinata Shui whined, and flew backwards like a top. He fell over on the ground with tears and clangs for more than 10 times before he stopped. Fortunately, the damage he suffered was not serious, but he used too much chakra all over his body. In order not to be beaten to death by Hinata Hikaru's palm, he had no choice but to do this. Hinata Hikaru on the other side took a few steps back. Her hands were numb from the shock, and she felt as if she had hit an 18-wheel truck. But there is no doubt that she won. Hinata was a little frustrated. He knew he had failed. The reason is simple. Hinata Hikaru stood there as if nothing happened, and he was already exhausted of chakra. The sharp angles of the shooting meeting and reality made Hinata Shui's state of mind change a lot. He understands that there are people outside the world, and there is heaven outside the world. There are many people better than him in this world. Just when the disgraced Hinata got up and was about to admit defeat, a sudden change occurred. Laugh. A blue electric light suddenly exploded and struck at high speed from a distance, and the target. Shockingly, it was Hinata Shui behind him. It's you who are waiting. Hinata Guang's eyes flickered and she smiled. She had been waiting for this scumbag for a long time. The fluctuation of murderous intention, heavy flow of violence. In an instant, Hinata Hikaru charged forward, rushing towards Hyuga water with an indomitable attitude. The heavy flow storm combined with the instantaneous body technique and the fluctuation of murderous intent quickly turned Hinata Hikari's figure into an after-image. Just like the 4th generation Reikage beating Yugo in the original work, the movements are incredibly fast. The next moment, Hinata Shui became his younger brother. He just felt like his eyes were blurred. Oh! Hinata, who was shot in the abdomen, had no time to spit out the morning food, and his whole body flew into the sky like a top. Nanny! The eyes of the assassin who came from afar suddenly widened. He even maintained the posture of drawing his sword, but unfortunately, the blade that was supposed to cut into Hinata Shui's back, could only cut into the air. What the hell is this? What, the... Quack, as long as I see the mission target first, your mission will not be successful. Hinata maintained her elbow-stretching posture, her little face full of pride. Great, this is very Hyuga. If the chapter is wrong, click here to report. Hinata JoJo's Bizarre Konoha Adventure. Author, Chaos Theory. Chapter 285. The assassin standing with the sword was stunned. The dark skin, the white-lined ninja forehead protector on his forehead, and the Kyomagakure village logo with a horizontal line drawn through it all showed his identity as a rebellious ninja. The weapon in his hand is a sword, the standard blade of the ninjas of Cloud Hidden Village. The unique handle engraved with multiple red diamond-shaped symbols, the long sword body, and the blue lightning bolt wrapped around it. A few months ago, at the border of Yuno country, Burabi and Heitake Sakumo fought with this standard blade called Unryu sword. It can be said that it is the standard equipment for ninjas in Hidden Cloud Village. Hinata's eyes looked at him without blinking. Something was brewing in these exquisite and clear eyes. No, to be precise, he was looking at the sword. That Yunryu sword. That is a desire. Hinata Hikari longs to get that sword. Oh, my old friend, I finally see you again. Frightened stupid. The lean ninja with dark muscles frowned, wondering what nonsense Hinata was talking about. Unlike the Yayu clan who are good at muscle strength, he is just an ordinary ninja from Cloud Hidden Village in the Kingdom of Thunder. Ordinary ones use standard swords, and they practice the thunder escape that most ninjas in Hidden Cloud Village know. But he is confident in his swordsmanship and speed. Even the templates that are the same are divided into 3, 6, or 9 levels. It seems that he is a genin who has never seen blood. Humph, ninjas in Konoha are always so naive. Orawi, who appears to be a rebellious ninja but is actually a ninja from Kyomagakure, will take away the Byakugan of the Hyuga clan today. Little guy, you can scream loudly and see which one is faster, you or me. Orawi raised his sword blade and pointed it at Hinata Hikari. Boom. At the same time, a heavy landing sounded. Poor Hyuga Mizu, he didn't know where he landed. You don't need to think about it to know that he must have fainted on the spot. Put down this sword obediently, and I will spare your life. Hinata raised her sleeves and pointed at Orawi with the white fingers exposed from them. Her tone was calm, with no trace of her former nerves. Hinata stared at Yunryu's sword. Her exclusive weapon is available. In this life, it was through this Yunryu sword that the beginning of a legend was written. This sword belongs to her. The dark-skinned assassin from Union Village was stunned for a moment. Then, he laughed. Ha ha ha, interesting, don't cry when I chop off your hands and feet later. The lightning flashed, and the thunder escape attached to the sword blade. Because of the use of Lei Dun, the cells in the body are activated to the extreme. Compared to normal, Orawi's speed is increased by at least 1x. The next moment, Orawi attacks with a sword. His figure was as fast as a bolt of lightning. There is no doubt that Orawi is the fastest among many opponents. Orawi's target, Hikaru Hinata's right hand. He wants to chop off Hinata Hikari's right hand. And because of the paralysis effect of thunder release, Hinata couldn't even scream. Orawi has done this countless times. After cutting off her right hand, she will be honest. Laugh. Hinata Hikaru's straight right hand was cut off. She even maintained her previous actions. All this is because Orawi is too fast. Humph. The corner of Orawi's mouth raised a hint of success. Under his speed, no one could react. This is the power of Union Village's Thunder Envoy. However, the next moment, Hinata's body turned into a substitute piece of wood with a bang. This is also the first time Hikari has used the substitute technique against an enemy. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Hinata JoJo's Bizarre Konoha Adventure. Author, Chaos Theory. Chapter 286. It wasn't until he actually took action that he realized that he had misjudged Hinata's power. This strange blood inheritance limit is more powerful than he imagined. Since you can't go head-on, choose another way. Earth Escape. Orawi seal is actually the seal of Earth Escape. The art of reflecting fish in the earth. Orawi's figure suddenly dwarfed, and his entire body immediately disappeared into the ground beneath his feet. Earth Release, reflecting fish in the earth jutsu is a sea-level ninjutsu. The caster can blend the body into the soil, wandering in the earth like a fish swimming in water. Orowi was very fast, and he planned to attack from Hinata's feet or behind. Byakugan can indeed see through and see enemies hidden underground. But so what? As far as Orowi knows, there is no such method among the Hyuga clan's moves that can restrain enemies who use Earth Escape to sneak underground. With inexplicable thoughts, Orowi was really like a fish, swimming in the land. Not only is it very fast, it's also very elusive. Hinata stood there, veins popping out around his white eyes. For her, there was no need to lower her head or turn her head. With her 360-degree white eyes, she can clearly observe the enemies at her feet. So, she was waiting for the moment Orowi approached her. A moment later, the time came. Orowi has arrived near her feet. Hinata Hikaru fiercely raised his right hand and turned it into a claw. Killing intention fluctuation palm pressure. One palm shot. Boom. The ground roared, and with Hinata's claw as the center, cracks spread in all directions instantly. It would be a mistake to think that this is the end. Immediately afterwards, the second wave of attacks broke out. Boom. The soil exploded, as if affected by invisible fluctuations, the ground beneath Hinata's feet was collapsing. Nani? Orowi's eyes opened wide suddenly. Something he couldn't believe happened. Hinata Hikaru actually used a physical technique specially designed to restrain attacks from underground. How can this be? Luhan Quan, this unpopular physical skill, is a physical skill that only a few people know. It is difficult to acquire and not very powerful. It is normal for Orowi not to know. Only ninjas with special powers like Hikaru Hinata can combine it to bring out the highest power of this unpopular taijutsu. Just like Jirobo in the original work, with the curse seal given by Orochimaru, after turning on the state 2, the Arhat fist used is unparalleled in power. Although Hyuga Hikaru does not have a curse seal, he does possess murderous intent waves. Even though the current power is not as strong as the curse seal, the power of the curse seal is always limited, and no matter how strong it is, it will not exceed the curse seal itself. Hyuga Hikaru's murderous intention fluctuations are different and can grow. Puff. Orowi spit out a mouthful of blood and returned to the ground in embarrassment. This is because he escaped quickly, otherwise, he would have been immediately stunned just now. Orowi, who was kneeling on one knee, raised his left hand and slowly wiped away the blood that spilled from the corner of his mouth. His eyes were fixed on Hinata. A little injured, but no big deal. The Hyuga clan actually has a move to deal with Earth Escape stealth. It seems that this news can be sent back to the village later so that they can share the information. Orowi thought this, and slowly stood up. During this process, he kept staring at the sun without squinting. Using the art of Earth Escape and reflecting fish in the earth, combined with sword skills and thunder escape, he killed countless enemies. Unexpectedly, in addition to the ninja of Iwagakure who was good at Earth Escape, he met another ninja who had cracked this technique. Seeing that Orowi was not moving, Hinata Hikaru was completely unmoved. Hinata JoJo's Bizarre Konoha Adventure. Author, Chaos Theory. Chapter 287. Buzz. Like a resounding storm, and like a dragon's breath, the move that Jiraiya thought was the perfect Shuyuni, was actually completed by Hinata Hikaru. Hinata's figure turned into an afterimage in an instant. The whole body seems to be shrouded in a blue and red light, which looks like real lightning. In Orowi's dull eyes, Hinata, who was turning into a drill, hit the cloud flow and lightning slash with his kick. Boom. At this moment, it seemed as if it had fallen into stillness, and it seemed as if time had stopped moving forward. Orowi himself was kicked in the chest by Hinata Hikaru. Orowi's dull expression, Hinata's ultimate kill, the half-moon-shaped cloud flow, and the lightning slashing small waterfalls, trees, and birdsong. In an instant, all these sounds disappeared. However, Orowi knew that this was an illusion created by the brain. This feeling arises because of the shocking relationship. The next moment, the feeling returns and time flows. Boom! Destroying everything, Hinata blasted away Yunliu and Thunder Slash with one kick. Arcs of electricity shot out in all directions, crackling sounds resounded in the air, and dissipated in an instant. At this time, Orowi's face finally showed a dull grass. Orowi, who appears to be a traitor, but is actually sent undercover by the Kyomagakure ninja to pretend to defect, is going crazy. What the hell kind of move is this? Can't you bear to learn at all? Quack. Are you stupid? Hinata Hikaru, who kicked out the Thunder Slash, did not stop, but rushed straight towards him. In other words, the strength is not exhausted? Hateful. Orowi's cheeks twisted, and he rushed towards Hinata Hikari with the sword in both hands. Different from the timid Kusanagi, and different from the cruel and inhuman Kiri ninja, this is the pride of the ninjas of Kyomagakure village. Yunliu Thunder Release Rising Dragon. Orowi held the sword with both hands and slashed diagonally from bottom to top. On the blade of the sword, thunder escape flickered. This move was like lightning, meeting Hikaru Hinata's kick with lightning speed. Boom! The wave of killing intent faced the thunder escape. Orowi refined all the chakra in his body and tried his best to promote the counter-attack of this move. However, the strangulation like a drill quickly consumes the sword skill of a single slash. In an instant, Hyaga Hikaru destroyed Orowi's cloud flow, Shoryu. Zheng. There was a long groan from the sword, and Orowi's hands could no longer hold the long sword in his hand, and the handle flew away and spun into the air. Woo! Orowi only had time to let out a small groan before he arched his body and flew back like a cannonball. Boom! 2 seconds later, Orowi hit the tree behind him. The big tree shook, and countless leaves fell. Orowi vomited blood, coughed, and slid down the trunk, sitting straight on the grass. Crack! There was an extremely small muffled sound, and Orowi's long sword reflected the sun's rays. The sword was inserted into the ground, and the last third of it was still there. Remain. He. Orowi smiled. Even though he was hit hard by Hinata Hikari, he actually smiled. Since he became a ninja, he has assassinated not 2 but 150 enemies, and today, he fell into the hands of a mental patient. This is something completely unacceptable. You know, he is an elite assassin killer in Union Village. Although his frontal combat ability is not an advantage, in terms of speed and sneak attacks, Orowi thinks he is stronger than all ninjas of the same level. He fully thought that he could capture the Byakugan. As a result, he was treated by a mental patient. Hinata JoJo's Bizarre Konoha Adventure. Author, Chaos Theory. Chapter 288. Senju Uto came at the right time. As he watched the whole journey from the side, he already felt itchy and wanted to run out to make his presence felt. And Namikaze Minato and Nosatsu, who had already been prepared, were not idle either. The two of them quickly ran in the direction where the kunai was thrown, hoping to catch the real culprit on the spot. But unfortunately, the two finally failed. The other party is very strong. Namikaze Minato thought for a moment and gave up chasing. The fact that the Uchiha clan hired killers had long been discovered by Hinata Hikari. Hyuga Optical Girl. Senju Uto held the broom in one hand and the murderer's kunai in the other, and walked towards Hinata Hikari. I'm curious, how did you know that the Uchiha clan wanted to hire a killer? Senju Uto handed the kunai to Hinata Hikaru, and then looked around the valley, as if he was wary of the real murderer appearing again. Orowi opened his eyes wide, obviously understanding what just happened. Because of his failure, the other party wanted to kill and silence him. But this is a natural thing. He already knew this while he was in this business. This leader can figure things out. Hinata put her little hands on her back and raised them to look at the sky. Naturally, she would not say that because she has a lifetime of memories, she can predict certain things. How to deal with this guy? Yasong frowned and looked at Oroi with an unkind expression. He looked like we should dig a hole and bury him. The wild pine can escape from the earth, and can also use spider silk to make a mummy on the spot, which is really convenient. Rub. Hinata Guang pulled out the Yunliu sword from the soil and looked at it carefully. Get the Yunliu sword. Starting today, she will finally take the path of becoming a super god. Of course. Hikaru Hinata walked up to Oroi with a sword in hand and a wicked smile on his face. Oroi shivered in fright and backed away. Unfortunately, he was now powerless. You, don't come over. Quack, you call me a duck, no one will come to save you even if you shout till your throat is broken. Senju Uto. Namikaze Minato. Yesong. Why do I think Hyuga Hikari-chan is so evil, Uto Senju muttered, leaning on the ground with a broom. Of course Hinata didn't kill Oroi on the spot. She just took off the scabbard from Oroi's back and hung it happily behind her. Zheng. The Yunliu sword was sheathed and carried on Hinata's back. Hikaru Hinata is only 9.5 years old now, and the wide scabbard looks very funny. But at this moment, Oroi couldn't laugh. He even wanted to cry. Because Oroi saw that Hinata Hikaru stretched out her white hand towards her with a nervous smile. Just now, it was this little white hand that drained all his chakra away. So, what is she going to do now? Could it be? Namikaze Minato opened his eyes wide and his eyes lit up. Ninjutsu, frog transformation technique. Along with Hinata Hikaru, one hand pressed on Oroi's forehead, and the other hand formed a seal with one hand. Boom! A burst of smoke rose up, and Senju Uto gasped and screamed loudly, "Oh damn it!" For no other reason than Hikaru Hinata turned Oroi into a frog. Senju Uto quickly ran over and circled around Oroi twice. Oroi's frog face looked blank, as if he still didn't know what was going on. It wasn't until Hinata Hikaru threw out a sack and put him in it that Oroi realized anything. Let's go, take him back and interrogate him thoroughly, let him understand. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Hinata JoJo's Bizarre Konoha Adventure. Author, Chaos Theory. Chapter 289. Who are you kneeling down, sign up. Konoha, Forest of Death. Hinata Hikari successfully slipped out of the village on the pretext of going on a mission. The frog in the sack attracted no one's attention. After releasing the frog from the sack, Hinata Hikaru ordered Nosatsu to completely tie up the assassin from Cloud Hidden Village with a rope. The choice of the Forest of Death as the location for the interrogation had several benefits. 1. No one usually comes here at all. Even if this place were to be chosen as the test venue for the Chuyunin exams in a few days, at most the Konoha ninja in charge of proctoring the exams would check the various devices and monitoring equipment in the Tower of the Death Forest. The Death Forest is a huge area with a radius of more than 10 kilometers and a diameter of more than 20 kilometers. The daylight only enters it, in the most inconspicuous corner. Therefore, no one will notice that she is here. 2. The Forest of Death can use local materials and is perfect for interrogating prisoners. Well, at least Hinata Hikari thinks so. Oroi, who was tightly bound by the spider silk of the Earth Spider clan, was forced to kneel on the ground with a depressed expression. Even so, he held his head high, looking unyielding. The ninjas of Union Village are all tough men, so what does a mere punishment mean? So, Oroi doesn't speak. Quack. It didn't matter if he didn't speak, Hinata Hikaru wasn't in a hurry. After she gave a strange laugh, she showed her color to Nosatsu. Yesong, who was in charge of being the pony boy, frowned and slapped his ear to make it go away. Snapped. Orowi's dark cheeks flicked to the side, and it took him a while to react. You. Snapped. Another scratch. Fun, fun, Junior Yesong, please come down. Senju Uto, who didn't mind the matter at all, took over the role of torturer from Namatsu and slapped Orowi's cheeks left and right. Orowi was beaten until he was about to cry. He fell into the hands of a group of naughty children today, which was considered unlucky. Hyuga Hikari is asking you something, do you want to say it? Senju Uto made a very fierce look, and was holding Orowi's hair in his hand. Orowi glared at him and yelled, try to hit me again. Snapped. The originally swollen face immediately swelled up. No need to try. My name is Orowi. Orowi smiled and nodded. Why do you all like to say the same lines? Can't there be something new? Senju Uto looked at Orowi with disgust. He was referring to what happened a few months ago when Hikaru Hinata led the team to the country of U. The man named Troy also said the same thing. I found that these ninjas from Hidden Cloud Village all like to have after their names. Senju Uto said happily, as if he had discovered some new continent. What Orowi, Troy, Darui, Samai, Atsuyi, Amoyi, Karui. For those who didn't know, they thought they were 13 to ensure pregnancy. Okay, I've already said my name, what else do you want? I'll kill you or cut him into pieces. But she can't be killed and humiliated. Orowi shouted loudly. However, even if he screamed, no one would come to save him. This is a forest of death, with countless huge trees and branches. In other words, the wind blocking and sound insulation effects are very good, surprisingly good. Moreover, there are many dangers in this primeval forest. Oh! It's quite crazy. Without waiting for Hinata Hikari's instructions, Senju Uto, who had succeeded as a villain, started his performance. Next to Orowi is the river. There are many rivers in the Death Forest, but there is one widest river, which runs from south to north and passes through the Dead Forest. Hinata JoJo's Bizarre Konoha Adventure. Author, Chaos Theory. Chapter 290. Of course, Hinata Hikaru was definitely not just talking about teasing him. Hinata Hikari had another reason for doing this. Okay, I, the leader, have had enough fun. As he said that, Hinata's expression changed, and he suddenly stretched out his little hand and grabbed Orowi's forehead. Snapped. This time, it wasn't the frog transformation technique taught by Jiraiya. It's not a star attraction either. But mind reading. It's like traveling through time and space quickly, and like the flow of bizarre images. The sunlight invaded Orowi's brain. Mind reading, sea-level ninjutsu. By touching the opponent's head and concentrating on the spell, you can read the opponent's memory. This is a technique achieved through the use of yin escape. Just like the spiritual mysticism of the Yamanaka clan and the spiritual mysticism of the Nara clan, they are all uses of yin attributes. The strength of yin-type spells lies in the exertion of spiritual energy. According to the level of mental energy of the caster, the completeness of memory is obtained. And the difficulty of detection will be completely different. The fluctuation of killing intent is also yin, so to a certain extent, this is a ninjutsu that is very suitable for Hinata Hikaru. The source is the Shancheng clan. It is different from the more advanced secret arts of the Mountain clan and the ability of the human world of the Samsara Eye. The level of mind reading is low, so it has certain flaws. If the subject has a certain ability to resist, it will become the result of Kisame breaking free and reading the heart of Yamashiro Aoba in the original work. As for the half-dead Orowi in front of him, all the preparations he had made to tease him were all for this moment, the mind-reading ability to appear. Let me, the leader, come and refresh your memory. This is Senju Uto opened his eyes wide and watched as Oroi's expression became dull. He realized something immediately. Although he was surprised by Hinata Hikaru's methods countless times, this time, Senju Uto was still frightened. From the beginning, including him, many people had a question, that is, where did Hinata Hikari come up with so many ninjutsu? This is Hinata's secret. It is a secret that only Namikaze Minato and Namatsu know. Senju Uto naturally didn't know about Hinata Hikari's rebirth. Wow, maybe Hyuga Hikari-chan has an old man behind her or something. Senju Uto, who was poisoned by the eyes of ninjas, began to think on his own again. This ability to be fearless in the face of danger, always look calm, and be able to come up with new skills anytime and anywhere. Probably, it can only be done if there is an old man behind you. Just like what is written in Ninja Portable Grandpa system, I have a grandpa, and there is an expert in my ring. Hinata Hikaru didn't know Senju Uto's funny thoughts, she was concentrating on reading Oroi's memory. It doesn't matter who the murderer is. She knew early on that he was from the Uchiha clan. That's enough. Isn't it normal for someone as outstanding as her to be jealous and then assassinated? Hinata was delighted. As the memory was read, the ninjutsu and abilities Oroi had learned began to unfold before her eyes. Hinata is in the picture, as if watching a live VR movie. That's her purpose. Obtain the enemy's memory and skills, and then strengthen yourself. Hinata's idea of becoming stronger has never changed. Even if she died in the previous life, she must return to her peak in this life. No, it is even stronger than the previous life. Snapped. As time passed, Hinata's act of reading memories also came to an end. She gently let go of her white little hand, and Oroi fell down in response. At this point, everything needed has been obtained. Hinata JoJo's Bizarre Konoha Adventure. Author, Chaos Theory. Chapter 291. Whoever hits me, I'll hit the Uchiha. I will fight Uchiha no matter who I fight. This is Danzo Shimura. For Shimura Danzo, it doesn't matter what the facts are, what matters is that he can suppress Uchiha, and that is enough. The three of them could not deny that Shimura Danzo's statement made sense. If there hadn't been a problem with the patrol of the Uchiha Police Department, how could an assassin have sneaked in? Not to mention, Konoha has a sensory barrier that surrounds the entire village. The enchantment class has 24 hours of awareness. If there is an assassin infiltrating. Sarutobi Hiruzen frowned. Danzo, you mean, or are we hired by the Uchiha clan? He. Danzo Shimura smiled coldly. Hiruzen, you are such a noble person and forgetful about things. Shimura Danzo's ridicule made Sarutobi Hiruzen frown, but he didn't say anything. Because the Sandaime knew that his old friend Shimura Danzo was such a person. Have you forgotten the conflict between the Uchiha clan and Hinata? Daylight. First, he defeated Uchiha Futaba, and then tortured Uchiha Fire Rock. Needless to say, there were other supporting players. Until a few months ago, Uchiha Yefans. The Uchiha clan was unwilling to accept what happened to Uchiha Yefan, so after enduring the humiliation for several months, they finally found an opportunity to take revenge on Hinata Hikaru. Danzo Shimura did more than just send his men to spy on the movements of the ninja world. Likewise, Roots personnel are spread throughout Konoha, monitoring the ninjas in the same village. For some ninjas who are dissatisfied with the village, Danzo Shimura will kill them and let them die unexpectedly. Some people who incite rumors will disappear inexplicably one day. The Will of Fire has a long history and is inseparable from Shimura Danzo's efforts. Of course, the word overcorrected is not an exaggeration when it comes to Shimura Danzo. The Uchiha clan is very extreme, and Shimura Danzo is even more extreme. The Uchiha clan is ruthless, and Shimura Danzo is even more ruthless. Tolerance of darkness. This is the name Shimura Danzo spread among the ninja world. He represents the dark existence of ninjas. The most ruthless person in the ninja world refers to Shimura Danzo. But Sarutobi Hiruzen reacted immediately. Uchiha Yafan's death was an accident, so the Uchiha clan wouldn't hire a killer to attack her. Faced with these remarks, Shimura Danzo just snorted coldly. Hiruzen, you are too much of a gentleman to judge the hearts of villains. Just because you think so does not mean that the Uchiha clan will also think so. Sarutobi Hiruzen was silent. He admitted that there was some truth to Danzo Shimura's statement. The Uchiha clan was unwilling to give up, but they also knew that taking action immediately after the incident would lead to suspicion. So, after a few months, at this juncture, he was ready to take action against Hinata Hikari. They wait for opportunities to hire killers, and then. But Sarutobi Hiruzen was still hesitant. Even if the theory makes sense, wouldn't it be too much to directly identify the Uchiha clan as the murderers? Hiruzen, you are so naive. Danzo Shimura's mouth stretched coldly, directly interrupting his colleague's speech. Do you want to watch Hinata being killed? Danzo Shimura didn't care about Hikaru's life or death, all he wanted was to be able to target Uchiha. However, his words caused Sarutobi Hiruzen and the others to fall into silence. For Danzo Shimura, Koharu, and Mito Manabu are just outsiders. They will listen to whoever says something reasonable. But what he said this time was extremely reasonable, so neither of them objected. Sarutobi Hiruzen could not object. This matter. Sit down. Danzo Shimura had a proud look in his eyes. About the Uchiha Police Department. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Hinata JoJo's Bizarre Konoha Adventure. Author, Chaos Theory. Chapter 292. Shimura Danzo suddenly felt a desire to cherish talents. If he could get Hinata Hikaru. But Danzo Shimura shook his head inwardly again. Unfortunately, Hinata Hikaru is a branch of the family and is restrained by the seal of the caged bird. Although the caged bird seal is only activated from a distance of 0 to 5 meters, through repeated mastery, the members of the zone family can extend the effective range of the spell to 10 meters or even further. In other words, a member of the zone family can take away Hinata Hikari's life with just one thought. But the seal of the caged bird is not unsolvable. It's just a level a curse seal. For Shimura Danzo, who is proficient in curse seals, it is difficult to crack an A-level curse seal, but it is not difficult to achieve. What's more, he also has Orochimaru, a ninjutsu madman, under his command. If he wants to crack some ninjutsu. The reason why I haven't taken action against the Hyuga clan before is because the Hyuga clan is too mediocre. Danzo Shimura looked down upon the Hyuga clan at all. But now, a genius has appeared in the Hyuga clan. Hinata Hikaru he. Shimura Danzo sneered inwardly. He is looking forward to the growth of this little guy. Because the Uchiha clan will never let go of Hinata Hikaru, and Hinata Hikaru must fight back against the Uchiha clan's persecution. This means that Hyuga light can be used by him, but also has to be used by him. Because the Hyuga clan cannot protect Hyuga Hikaru. Only Danzo Shimura can give Hikari a safe haven. The more people who hate the Uchiha clan, the better. For decades, Danzo Shimura had been working to suppress Uchiha and spread negative remarks about Uchiha in the village. The Uchiha clan is an evil clan. Shimura Danzo remembered Senju Tobirama's teachings. Destroying Uchiha was his lifelong pursuit. Hinata Hikaru can become one of the pawns and contribute to the destruction of Uchiha. If Hinata is interested, he wouldn't mind helping Hinata find a way to remove the seal of the caged bird. If you don't know what's interesting, haha. The reason why Xiaoguang is so strong is inseparable from her own diligent practice. Mentioning Hinata Hikaru, Sarutobi Hiruzen had a smile on his face. He began to praise Hinata Hikari in a fancy way. It seems that Hinata Hikaru is full of advantages. And Mito Kadoyan also joined in at the right time, praising Hinata Hikaru's good attitude in completing the task seriously. Among all the genin, Hikaru Hinata's team was the one that completed the most efficiently and had the largest number of sea-level tasks. The only one who was not very familiar with Hinata Hikaru was Koharu, whose fierce face began to soften. It seems that she is going to change her view of Hinata Hikari. After Sarutobi Hiruzen finished praising him, Shimura Danzo slowly spoke. Hiruzen, after that child becomes a Chuyunin, how about considering adding her to the Umbu? In the Hyuga clan, the lowest is Chuyunin. The reason is the strategic and tactical value of Byakugan. In terms of practicality, it has few rivals. It can be said that the ninjas of the Hyuga clan, whether in terms of talent, starting level, or even future achievements, are naturally higher than ordinary people. It is almost a certainty that Hinata Hikaru will become a Chuyunin. This. Hiruzen Sarutobi frowned. Let Hinata join the Umbu. Although many outstanding ninjas have historically entered Umbu after becoming Chuyunin, Special Jounin, and Jounin. But this is not appropriate. Sarutobi Hiruzen shook his head subconsciously. Although Umbu does not necessarily have to carry out bloody missions, and can even only carry out ordinary surveillance and other tasks. Why, can't it be done? Danzo Shimura asked. As long as Hinata enters the Umbu, as the Umbu commander, he can brainwash and exploit him. Be Hinata JoJo's Bizarre Konoha Adventure. Author, Chaos Theory. Chapter 293. Seeing Hinata Hikaru's proud look, Hinata Shui couldn't help but say oh in her heart. I can't help it, Hinata Hikaru looks so cute. I have seen a lot of beautiful girls, Hyuga Shui, especially during missions. But someone like Hinata, who has a special temperament, is the first. Then, Hinata shivered. He felt that he was sick for actually thinking that this little psycho was cute. It must have been that she had been on the battlefield for too long, her comrades were all men, and the atmosphere was too overwhelming. As a result, even a mentally ill person thought she was a unique little fairy. The ninja world is very dangerous. Although Oroi is powerful, it is nothing. Hinata Shui immediately shook his head and looked at the sky, hiding his gaze. There are tens of millions of enemies on the battlefield who are more powerful than Oroi. Even a Chuyunin of his level is nothing but cannon fodder on the battlefield. If it weren't for the fact that he was a ninja from the Hyuga clan, I'm afraid he would have died early like his classmates. Thinking of the companions who had laughed with each other, passing away one by one, Hinata Shui felt very heavy in her heart. This feeling was reflected on his face and flashed across his face. The battlefield is dangerous. Since he is a member of the clan, he will receive special treatment, will be taken care of, and will have cannon fodder to back him up. But Hinata is cannon fodder just by dividing her family. When necessary, he had to block the bullets for the clan family members and die. When Hinata Shui finished speaking, he found Hinata Hikari looking at him with a half smile. What are you laughing at? Hinata Shui didn't know why, but suddenly felt guilty. Ga, I am laughing at your handsomeness. Hinata Hikaru teased. Hinata stumbled and almost fell. He turned around and ran away in a panic. While running, he shouted, Hinata Shui, will come back again. Hinata Shui didn't know why he was running, but he had to run. After Hinata Shui ran away, everyone discovered the sword Hinata was carrying behind her. It was originally Oroi's sword, but now it belongs to Hinata Hikari. This sword is about 1 meter long, with a row of red diamond-shaped decorations on the handle. In addition to being the unique symbol of Kumoyan village's sword blade, it also has an anti-slip function. The blade of the sword was shiny and white, with a red scabbard. In addition, this sword had killed hundreds of people, and there was a strong smell of blood floating on it that could not be resolved. Hinata Hikaru, 9 years old, height 135 centimeters, Konoha children's age and height chart, standard height, so this sword can only be carried diagonally on the body. But no problem. Because Hinata Hikari thinks this is cool. There is indeed a ninja shop in Konoha, but most of the items sold are swords, which are completely different from the swords Hinata Hikari imagined. In Hinata's view, the owners of ninja shops in Konoha are just a bunch of paranoia and psychopaths. It's clearly a sword, but if you insist on saying it's a sword, why do you say it's modeled after the sacred pheasant sword? Fortunately, she finally got her own special artifact. So sword flight is just around the corner? Sea-level ninjutsu, flying with a sword. No problem. This is my leader's trophy. Hinata Guang faced everyone and pointed to the sword blade behind his back very proudly. Afterwards, he returned to his courtyard amidst the inexplicably surprised eyes of a group of people. While Hikaru Hinata was working hard to realize his dream of cultivating immortals, the top management of Konoha also made new moves. The martial arts faction headed by Shimura Danzo suppressed the Uchiha clan bit by bit. While the Uchiha clan was being cannibalized, their dissatisfaction with the village also became deeper and deeper. But no matter how strong the Uchiha were, they would not dare to openly become enemies of the village. Because there are more than 5,000 active ninjas in Konoha, the 200 Uchiha ninjas are just a small splash among them. 2 fists are no match for 4 hands. It is very easy for Konoha to destroy Uchiha.